Grant Cardone said when he met his wife, he said, I will do any and everything for you. He's like, I'll provide for you. I won't cheat. I'll be there for you. Loving, house, whatever. He said, I'll do everything for you. He's like, the one thing I will not do is give up on my dream.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's the one thing. That's a non-negotiable. If you want me to sacrifice that, we can't be together. He's like, I do everything else for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's how I'm gonna be. Like I can't. Like not on this.
Yeah. I think that's how it should be though.
But a lot of people don't. But a lot of people are not like that, and then they be resenting the other person for it later, whether it be a significant other, or
Kids.
there's a lot of grown people out here that resent their kids, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, you work entirely too hard to make entirely too little of income, and that would instantly change for you if you just had a digital product. Now, the great thing about digital products is that you only have to do the work one time, and you can literally get paid forever. Now, most people they work, and then they get paid. But with digital products, you do the work once, and then you get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, paid. Now go ahead, click the link and come join me over the next 5 days where I show you how to take your own intellectual property and monetize your genius by turning it into a digital asset. Over these next 5 days, I'm going to share with you all the tips, tools, strategies, secrets, and systems to monetize your own IP, to monetize your own intellectual property. Now, I highly suggest that you get a VIP option because if you're the best, why not get the best? Plus, it's 50% off right now. I see you on the challenge.
Okay, so my question is, you sitting here talking about schools for your kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably and we having the public versus private school discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So you was like, they'll probably go private up until a certain point
Mm-hmm.
because you're an advocate for public schools, but up until a certain point they're gonna go private because there's not that many good public schools, I guess, in their age range for
Yeah, age
where
range.
you live at.
Yeah. Age range mainly. Cause even once we move, it still be a tough time finding a good public school, like in elementary. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so but my question is, what what constitutes a good school? Like, what is a good school?
For me, it's the program, it's the curriculum, it's the stuff that they offer. It's their rating, uh, the diversity of the school. You know what I mean? Like all those things, like help to build a certain experience. I would say. You know.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know because I hear people all the time talk about like finding good schools for their kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, what is a good, because I think school's bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'd be like what is the best of the bullshit?
Right.
Uh like what are we looking at? Like I wouldn't care about curriculum. Because I'm like, you outside of, well, at those early ages, because you only talking about elementary school.
Yeah, I'm talking about like I feel like honestly from the life I've lived, I could have been good without school after high school.
After high school,
After high school, yeah.
I think I learned everything I needed to learn by sixth grade.
Uh yeah. Yeah, if we talking from like a coursework uh perspective, but I think school is important unless you can find a way to construct, like the certain experiences that you have through meeting people, friendships, just being in a certain environment, and interaction is the word I was looking for. I was stalling until I found it. Interaction until if you can't find something to cultivate a certain level of interaction, I think that you may suffer.
So you see school. So you're thinking mainly a school for social
Yeah, for sure.
skills.
Yeah, for sure. Because if it was about just being smart, we could just hire somebody to teach them in the crib.
But what is smart? Like teach them what in the crib?
The idea of learning coursework. I'm saying, like, I'm taking that aspect of school. Like, so if it was just about coursework and curriculum, then we could do that at home, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, cause I think schools. I get it. I get it. It's basically daycare. Parents gotta send. You gotta go work. So you need
Yeah.
some public school at least, the free daycare
Mm-hmm.
on top of their learning. But every single adult that I have this conversation with that tells me that they're an advocate for school and stuff, when we really start to break it down, they end up agreeing with me or just lying to themselves because they don't want to be wrong. That all their education is pointless in the world. I'm like, you don't use none of it.
Not at all. Not at all.
You don't use any of it. But parents continue and continue and continue to tell me about how education's key and they want their kid to go to a good school. That's why I asked you. That's why I cut the camera on because I was like, what is a good what is a good school?
Yeah.
You talking education wise? Yeah, I want them to get a good education, good course curriculum. And I'm like, but you know for a fact that whatever course curriculum they have is going to be useless. So
Yeah.
why does it have to be an emphasis on what the school's teaching? Because you know it's BS.
Yeah, like you said, it's the best of the BS. So it's like if they gonna do it, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna be there, you might as well, like, I'll put it like this. If you're gonna be a part of the system, then you might as well be a part of the best of that system. Otherwise, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
So
If it's so, if like you like super anti, then don't do, cause me, I'm like you. I do believe it's BS. However, I'm not so anti to where I'm not going to send them to school or further their education in some type of way. Like me, if I could do it in like my dream scenario, they would be introduced to a whole bunch of stuff by, I don't know, 13, 14, and then whatever they like from there, focus on that.
so
Middle
you
school.
saying basically if you got to do the bid, say that you got a problem so you can possibly get the option to go to rehab versus going to prison
For sure.
since you're gonna be locked up.
Yeah,
That's
and
like
yeah,
basically
and
what
I
you
want,
said.
and send me to Malibu. Send me to that joint in Malibu that's nice on the water. Yes.
Bro, cause I'm 100% positive. I was talking about, to my neighbor about this because she was like so like thinking that I'm totally wrong about school, and I'm like, well, what do you? She's a realtor.
Mhm.
I'm like, you're a realtor. What did you use in school to to be a realtor
Yeah.
outside of, like I said, stuff that you learn up until sixth grade, maybe seventh grade, basic spelling, add, addition, subtract, basic arithmetic.
Mhm.
I'm like, what did you learn in history class? What did you learn in social studies?
Right.
Social studies, bro. And you're not studying nothing social.
Nah.
Social studies in school today need to be social media classes.
Mm.
That's what they need to have.
Mm.
Social study, like why does the curriculum got to stay the same? I don't know how. I don't got kids. I don't know what the stuff is now, but I know when I was in school, some of them books was old
Oh yeah, falling apart.
because the school ain't got no budget to get new books. So I'm like, all right, why am I learning some of the same stuff that my pops was learning in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real.
And why is your kid gonna be learning some of the stuff that you was learning in the 2020s that you learned in the 90s, in the 1900s?
Yeah. You know what's you
That just make it sound older. Back in the
I
1900s.
know.
Why are they learning? Why are they gonna be learning stuff and memorizing memorizing stuff that you learned?
Yeah. That's one thing that I do take from or like rather, or like the type of schools that we've been sending Shiloh and Ivy to, or really the new school Shiloh about to go to. It's not just based off of like writing, your typical way of learning and teaching. It's like more like real world practicals type of stuff and creativity and art and
Hmm.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long that's gonna last though. That's because that's the thing. They gonna transition at some point.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
mm,
But I just remember, shout out to Miss Sanders. Miss Sanders, my favorite teacher of all time. She was my second and third grade teacher, and I didn't know this at the time, but my mama. We've talked about this as I got older, because we have these school conversations and stuff.
mm,
And Miss Sanders, my mama would have like the little parent teacher conferences or whatever with Miss Sanders.
mm,
And what my mama worried about with me in like second grade, Miss Sanders was like, if that's all you worried about, don't worry about it.
mm,
He's not gonna need this.
mm,
I was like, Miss Sanders kept it real. But my mama, a parent, they want their child to, achieve and be the best that they can be, and thinking about them being good in the world and stuff like that in the future.
mm,
So say for example, I had problems spelling.
mm,
So second grade, it ain't like I could spell the best, and they weren't teaching us like how to spell. Whatever it was like some creative stuff, like just spell it however you think it's spelled.
mm.
And to my mama, she was like, "Whoa, this boy needs to learn how to spell."
Right, right. I would be that same person.
I don't remember it, but I just remember that being my second and third grade, my favorite teacher, and I can spell great now. Ask me how to spell a word.
How to spell a word? Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I did all that to get to the FU.
I know that was legit. I was just like, look, I already know he gonna take me up on the offer.
Nah, but I won't say great, but I'm a decent speller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I get it. I think whatever they were doing at the time was like, I don't remember the term for it or whatever my mama said it was called, but it was like, be creative, however you think it's spelled, spell it that way, to whereas I know what it is that I'm writing,
Mm,
and I understand it, and I can read it to somebody and like communicate it.
mm, mm,
And then I guess through that you start learning like how to spell like the words properly and stuff.
mm, mm.
So I'm like, I'm sitting there. My mom was like, what does this say, Blake? And I sit there, I read the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like I know what it says, but that was like but to my mama, she was like, that was a big concern of hers.
Mm,
And Miss Sanders told my mama, she was like, when he gets older, he's gonna have a computer.
mm,
It's gonna have spell check.
mm.
He's not gonna have to be able to spell everything right. And then like math and stuff, she was like, he's gonna have a calculator.
Yeah.
Come to find out, Miss Sanders was right about both. I got a spell check and a calculator.
Hey, bro, that autocorrect is the death of me, dog. Cause I'm like you. I can spell. I would even say I'm a great speller, but that autocorrect be having me like, man, hold on, I'm kind of, oh no, let me double check.
You know one word that be busting my ass though,
What?
and it's not a word that most people have to spell all the time. I just do because of what I do. Questionnaire. Bet one of them ends in there. One of them ends, R's or something, be messing with me, bro. Cause every time I get a new funnel built, my team they send me a questionnaire so I can tell them like about the product and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. But they built multiple funnels for me to the point of where they know my voice for the most part for the copy.
Mm-hmm.
So certain stuff where they're asking these questions, I put see previous questionnaire, see previous questionnaire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even filling out 60-70% of the questionnaire no more. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
putting see previous questionnaire, and I'll be like, golly, this
Boy, we having that Key and Peele sweat. Coming.
be right here. I'll be like,
Bro, to this day, and this came up on my mind because this happened yesterday. I still be like dessert and desert. I'd be like, okay, whichever one don't supposed to go is how you spell it. That's
nah, that's what I know. The after dinner is one S.
no, no. See, and I just had to do a quick scan in my brain, like no, because that would make too much sense, and the English language doesn't make any sense at all.
Would it?
Dessert and desert every time. I'd be like, whichever one look weird, that's the one. Cause desert should be two S's, bro.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're confident though, just because I wanted you to be like, yeah,
Nah, nope.
like yeah.
Nah, bro. I did the quick scan, man. Cause that's how I know.
But but Miss Sanders, she was like the stuff that my mama was worried about. She was like, right. I'm like, all right. That's probably why she was my favorite teacher. Like Miss Sanders kept it real.
Mm.
Like this isn't gonna be something that you have to worry about. I My mama took me to I used to go to speech pathologist when I was a kid.
Mm.
Miss Sanders told my mama, uh, not Miss Sanders, not Miss Sanders. I went to this was before second grade. This like kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
So how old you kindergarten? Like 5? This is the preschool kindergarten. I used to go to a spot called Kindercare. They did
Yeah, I used to go to
preschool and
kindergarten.
and kindergarten and kindercare before I went to school in first grade.
Mm-hmm.
So around pre-K, kindergarten, them young ages, I went to a speech pathologist. You already know I talk slow. So I used to talk like way slower.
Mm.
And then certain words I couldn't get out. So like
Mm-hmm.
say my pops, I call my to this day, I call my pops daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't say daddy. It was like dally
Mm.
or other words. I used to get teased. My cousins would tease me and stuff.
Mm.
Or even as I get older or got older, you know, middle school, high school and stuff, my boys, people would tease me. I talk slow, blah blah blah. Certain ways that I pronounce stuff, and I'm like, it's funny now. Like I'm a paid communicator.
Yeah.
I got teased from my voice my whole life, and I'm a paid communicator.
Yeah, man. Life is funny, bro.
But but whatever it was, though, my mama, because we've had these conversations too. It was rooted from her like wanting the best for me. So say one of the teachers at kindergarten said was having like they was having problems understanding me.
Mm-hmm.
The black lady that worked at kindergarten was like, I understand Blake fine. He don't need nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just hearing that, and I guess from what my mama had experienced and stuff, and just wanting the best for my future, she's like, nah, I'm gonna give him every opportunity.
Yeah.
Speech pathologist. I don't think I was in there that long, but whatever it was, like that that little line or whatever up under your tongue,
Mm-hmm.
we were doing exercises to work on stretching it because that's why I couldn't say certain
Oh, it
words.
was like
Like,
Achilles type.
yeah. So
Mm.
say how I say certain like my tongue might not be getting to the parts of the roof of my mouth that it needed to get to say
Mm-hmm.
certain words.
Mm-hmm.
So even to this day, like my my tongue don't stick out that far.
Yeah.
I'll just be blaming it on because I got a short thing. Pause. So I would show you right now, but my tongue look crazy because it's green from I've been juicing.
Yeah.
But it's like when my face is in it, my face is in it because I ain't got that. I ain't got that.
That man come on wiping his eyelashes, man. Like,
Yeah, I be in it because
and
tongue don't got.
look, they just be thinking you a big old freak, but you like, nah, I just gotta do what I gotta do.
It gets the job done. But I'm in there.
Girl,
My nose is in it.
girl, you a big old freak, girl. You should have seen him. You just like, he is like, nah, babe.
Hey
I'm just
man,
not making no excuses.
no excuses. It has to work or it has to work. No excuses.
Let your test be your testimony.
we gonna figure it out.
You be
But
moving on. They be mad. They be like, you don't do it like I'm used to. You don't be in
yeah,
there like
man.
that.
Yeah, man. Little tip that y'all can do. Man, I don't this going left, man. I ain't even gonna tell y'all the tip, man.
Oh, that's
I ain't even gonna
funny.
tell y'all the tip. But a lesbian friend of mine gave me a tip
That's
a while ago. I'll tell y'all the tip. She
yeah, look, I
said
feel like everybody's at the edge of their seat.
she said she said she said to do it sideways.
Mm.
Match lip to lip. It's like lips this way,
Mm-hmm.
and then we doing it this way. So she just like do it from the side.
Interessante.
Yeah, that's a little tip. I don't do it all the time like that though,
Yeah,
cause
but say you
cause
gotta
my
earn
face
it.
already in it.
But say you gotta earn that cheat code.
but back to
Back
uh
to your teacher.
yeah, but with the teaching stuff, I'm like it gets like repetitive because I'm like, okay, it's crazy how these topics be coming up, bro. Because this literally wasn't like I was really like, oh, what we gonna talk about until you start talking about the school, bro.
And then we
But
went into cunnilingus. Welcome to It's Crowded at the Top. All right, let me shut up. What you was about to say?
but it's crowded at the top.
Ah.
Nah, but
Oh, where your button? Where your button?
I would hit it. It got the sound for that too.
Oh man.
We got to figure out a way for you to hear the sounds.
I know. So I don't just be over here like.
Yeah. It's better to laugh together.
Yeah. True.
But now I was saying like it's repetitive on like I was saying you have your feelings about school, whatever, and then you get in the real world, see that you don't use anything from school. My mama gets out of school, see that she don't use anything, but then want me to do all good in school. I get out of school, or while I was in school, I realized that it was BS. That's I was a bad student. Like once I realized it was BS,
Mm-hmm.
terrible student.
Yeah.
Like terrible. Like my mama was really, she was really thinking like like something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was threatening to send me off to like a military prep school and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then my pops would backdoor and be like, "Hey, man, don't worry. She just talking." He'd be like, "Man, just make sure you eligible to hoop. You ain't going nowhere." I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Bet." Because to her, I had good grades all the way until 8th grade.
Mm.
And then like 8th grade, it started to dip, but it wasn't the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But it started to dip.
Mm.
And then I used like illness as an excuse too, because I caught mono 8th grade. You know what they call the kissing disease.
Yeah,
I caught that 8th grade.
Mono had everybody scared. Had everybody like, what was the rule? If you look down or something and your head hurt, you had it. Like it was so many crazy,
I ain't never heard. I ain't never heard that.
bro. We was going around.
But I ain't never heard that. But mono 8th grade, I remember it took me out, bro. Like that ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah.
And then, but then I like, no, I didn't want to go back to school, so I like faked it. Like when I was getting better, I
Mm.
like,
Uh,
what's the word I'm looking for? Like
you
I acted like
perpetuated
I
it.
was, yeah, I prolonged it.
There we
Like
go.
I wasn't that sick, but I was still acting sick.
Yeah.
And I remember I got back and people was like, "Oh, who'd you kissing? Who'd you kissing?" I literally didn't. I literally wasn't kissing nobody.
You drinking after somebody? Like, who knows is that is even true? Like, we just be making up stuff.
But the doctor was like, "You can." I guess it's called a kissing disease because you can get it from like water fountains. You can get it from
Mm-hmm.
kissing. You can get it from drinking after people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, ain't no telling. And thing back then, water fountains was normal.
Water fountains was normal. Drinking after people was normal.
Nah, I ain't never been. I ain't never drunk after
You
people.
ain't never been like, bro, let me get a sip.
Nah, I ain't never like that.
Man, it'd be like, bro, let me get a sip, and then you put your hand. Oh, I ain't.
Nah, I've never been a fan of that, bro.
Oh.
I was like, and that's why even when I got older and like started drinking and like in college and stuff, and people passing the bottle around, I'm like, bro,
That makes sense.
we ain't got no solos.
Yeah, bro, that's funny because I just had a random thought. So I'm gonna ask you, like, what age do you think you become like who you are, like your foundational self that you will be for the rest of your life? I know we evolve and interests, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it gotta be at the beginning, 2,
Do you think that early?
3 or something, 4. I just know I've been like this since my first memory.
Yeah.
I've been the everybody goes this way. I'm gonna go this way and do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've been the I got to get my. You gonna hear me.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna see me. If you're not seeing me, why you hearing me? You not listening. Look,
Oh yeah. Remember we stopped to take on the course and I was checking something. You say, hold on, bro. I feel like you ain't paying attention.
yeah,
I like, bro, I'm checking the levels. So that's real.
yeah. I was at mama, daddy. Look, oh, I'm saying something. You not? Are you listening? Still to this day, and because I know certain people, like I know my mama. If she's if she's doing something else, if she's looking in her phone and talking to you, she's not listening.
Yeah, at all. Yeah.
And then she'd be like, Blake, I hear you. I'm like, well, what'd I just say? And she never can answer it
Mm-hmm.
or can't fully answer it. And I'm the same. Like the people, what they say, you can multitasking. I think that's a myth.
It
Or I think I was reading something
it
that's
is a
real,
myth.
like it's really not true. Like your brain can't focus on multiple tasks at one time.
No. The best it does, like people who can multitask just have the ability, like scientifically, you're just able to go between that and that and that quicker than others
Yeah, but you're not doing
at the same
both of them
time.
at the
Yeah.
same time. For whatever the time frame is, you're stopping
Right.
for that moment and doing this,
Right.
and then you're stopping and you're doing that. So, prime example for me, and I'll apologize to people. Like I'll be on the phone and a text message comes through, or email, or Slack notification, or
Mm-hmm.
something, right? And I might be like, hold on, can you give me like 6 seconds?
Yeah. 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 You be doing that.
Because I can't text and talk at the same time. But people be like, yeah, I'm like, no, you not. You missing. You just missed everything I just said.
Yeah.
But then I get frustrated because you're not listening, because you're not giving me your undivided attention during this phone call.
uh, yeah, I remember me and Viv used to go
or,
through it over that.
or if it's repeatedly happening,
What'd you say?
and bro, that's y'all used to go from your end or from her end of being
I
the
would
texter that's talking.
I would get frustrated when I'm talking to her and she would get a text, like we in person, and she would get a text and put me on hold. And I'm like, look, that text can wait. But she'll be like, hold on, hold on, hold
Well,
on.
what if it can't?
Man, 95% of the time. Cause this where my brain goes. My brain be like, that person who's texting you, they don't know what you're doing. You could be in the bathroom, you could be washing your hands, whatever the case may be. You have a minute or two to let me finish my thought.
Yeah,
like, come on. She be like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, but here we are.
Yeah, depending on the situation, depending on the situation, I'll put somebody on hold in person. But more times than not, it'll be the opposite.
Exactly. And that's how I am. Like, if it's really something that's pressing, I'd be like, wait, hold on, I gotta, shoot this back real quick, and I'll be right. But it don't be nothing pressing, man. I used to be
Yeah,
hot.
but to answer your question, you was like, how old are? And I've always been super curious and super inquisitive,
Mm,
and asking questions about stuff that I want to know the answers to.
yeah.
And that's like, and that like started the bad. That started the bad student level, is the asking questions part of it. And I'm still like that now, because around like eighth, ninth grade, I started asking, am I gonna need this?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nah. I'm like,
Yeah.
then what am I in? Why am I learning about? Why do I have to know who the 28th president was? Why do I still to this, man, school teach you so much dumb stuff. Why do I still to this day know the 50 states in alphabetical order?
Because
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Why the fuck do I need to know that?
hey, man. Hey. Cheers to you, man. Good.
But
Kudos.
But that's another lesson why but that is another lesson on like why people don't learn stuff now. They don't do it enough time because repetition is the father of all learning.
Mm-hmm.
You only learn stuff by repeatedly doing it time and time and time and time again. Since you a kid, the only reason that your kids know how to talk is because you sitting there since they come out the womb saying, say dada, say dada, say
Yeah.
dada.
Yeah.
What do both of your kids call you?
Daddy. Daddy. Yeah.
I hear daddy and dada.
Yeah. Yeah. Dad. Obviously, obviously both depending on how she feel. But Shy Shy, she definitely daddy and Papa Bear.
The only reason that they know how to read is because they sitting there reading
Yeah.
over and over and over again. Stuff that they watching the little cartoons that's telling them how to spell the words. The only reason they know the colors because you sitting there since they little. Well, hey, what color is this?
I know.
What color is that? That's the only but and through school, the only way you feel like you're learning stuff is through repetition. You're not really learning it. You're not really learning it. You're memorizing. That's not learning.
Right.
And then you get out. And then you get out here as an adult, and then you start something new to learn it, and then you quit, and then you wonder why you ain't learning because you ain't put in no reps. You bought this one course, you bought this one ebook, and you thought like magic's supposed to happen. You ain't do nothing. Or when you do get out of school, you done learned so much BS that now your whole perception of learning is skewed because you equivalate education with boring and BS, and you equivalate reading as negative because all you've done is read stuff that you don't want to read
Right.
for forever. So then you become an adult and then you stop reading. You stop getting education because you're like, "Ooh, I'm finally can not have to do this no more."
Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis,
Listen to
8-figure
me.
entrepreneur.
Listen to me, y'all. And I don't even want to put him in a box. I know you teach 99 ways how to get into real estate, how to use OPM, but this man's going to teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo, Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else. When you told me the 99 ways, though, peep this. I never heard nobody say 99 ways.
Right.
I heard about 1,
You heard a couple.
2, 3, 4, 5 max. 99?
99?
Yeah, okay. Y'all
Crazy,
tripping if
y'all.
y'all don't. But
Hey.
I really don't. 99 ways? It's impossible to fail.
Most important thing y'all can do is get in the room.
Nah, that's real. Cause my history class, like my junior year, senior, whatever that was in high school, bro, we had to do a report every other day. So we had to read like 30 to 50 pages out of a history book and do a report on it, bro. That's one class.
For what?
For what? I don't know. I don't know.
And then it's like, and then you don't have no skills because you just memorized a bunch of useless stuff. So that's why I tell people, I'm like, man, you gotta go and acquire more. Like you have to go acquire skills. It's a necessity. You just spent depending on how long you went to school. When you start going to school, 6. So I say from
5,
7.
6, something like that, yeah.
For me, I say 6th grade because that's when I learned how to type. So I say I learned everything in 6th grade. But let's say 7th grade, 7th, 8th, 9th. Let's do it better. Let's say, I don't, 8th grade, just for giggles.
Yeah.
So you done spent 4 to 5 years if you didn't go to school, and then a lot of stuff that you learn earlier too, like I said, outside of like spelling, basic arithmetic,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, is pointless. Science class, why I'm in science class for, bro? I don't.
See, that's why
We not.
that's why I said I think it's important up to a certain age, because you might legit, like, some might be ignited in that class, and then you end up being a scientist.
Yeah, I get it. It won't for me. Only thing I liked about science class, elementary school, my favorite class was art. Well, elementary school, I pretty much liked everything
Mm-hmm. It's a good time.
because it's fun.
Yeah.
Middle school, I liked. The only thing I liked about science, I had a teacher named Mr. Rousey. He had a snake, and we would feed the snake uh, mice. I liked seeing it.
Mm.
And we had tarantula, and we fed the tarantula little baby pink mice.
That's tough.
And it was just something in my head that it was just cool to see a spider eating a mouse.
Yeah.
But that stuff, I'm like, man, why do I feel pressured? Why does my kid, I'm getting introduced to stress at a young age because I feel pressured to do well on a test.
Yeah, a lot of people are against tests. I was cool. I didn't. The only time I had a bad school year, well, not even a school year, it was my first 6 weeks of high school. I was trash, and I think it was just because it was such a big adjustment. It was like an all predominantly white school, and I'm coming from black school all my life. Like, probably one white kid throughout all my years, elementary and middle
Mm.
school. But then after that, because I couldn't hoop like the first few games, and then after that, it was like pretty much straight A's.
See, I'm the opposite. I went to mostly white schools.
Mm.
Well, where I'm from, every school gonna be mostly white for the most part.
Yeah.
But no, it would have been more diversity at the school I was supposed to go to. I never went to the school that I was supposed to go to
Mm.
because my mom was always how we started off, making sure that I was in the best schools possible.
Yeah.
So back then, I think they just made up a new rule that I wish they had when I was in high school. Like the kids can go to whatever high school they want to now. But when I was in school, I think they just passed it like within the past couple years. But
Mm.
we had districts. You live here, you
Mhm.
go to that school. You
Mhm.
live here, you go to that school. It used to be like to the point. My pops was telling me back in his day, it'd be to the point where if you live on this side of the street, you over there at this school. You live on this side of the street, you over at that school.
Mhm.
Just so they could get their quotas for having black kids and stuff in the school. Because you know them schools be having little quotas of like a percentage of races that they should
Yeah.
have to get funding for whatever. For
Mm.
somebody to get paid, they gotta have some black kids in the school. So it's like the elementary school that I went to, most of the black kids that went there was from the projects out east end of my city. They was from the east side of Albrecht, the projects, which they shouldn't have been going to that school. Like it's not even close. But but that's the school that they go to. So it's like my school was like a bunch of white kids, a, a couple black kids here and there, and then project kids.
Mhm.
But not all the project kids. Like some of the kids out east went to my school. Some of the kids out east went went somewhere else. It was like, all right, we got a quota, so cut it
Yeah.
off at here or whatever.
Hey, Charlie, how many more you say you need?
I just need 12. All right, all right.
I got Winnetka coming up for you right now. Zoning with
and
Nick.
then and then my middle school at the time was a magnet school. So middle school is the only time where I went to a school that I was technically supposed to go to because they didn't have districts. You just had to qualify to be in the school. And I guess I qualified. And then I think like my 8th grade year, they started to let like a couple of the neighborhood kids in because it's still out East End, like this in the hood still too. And then, sad to say, I don't want they how they made it sound or how the way it looks once they started to let the neighborhood kids in, the school started to decline. Like it started to become like one of the worst schools. But at the time when I went, that was like the best school to go to. And you got uh, the Asian kid that plays the piano and the violin like a savant. And this kid, the the Indian girl that's like a amazing artist. And that's like that type of stuff. In high school, I didn't go to where I was supposed to go. And then my mama moved to a house in the district of where I was supposed to go. And then I ended up going to another high school. Like the next year.
You was moving around like a
So
military baby.
yeah, and that I was having this conversation with one of my friends the other day. I was like, man, you gotta be selfish first. Cause I don't got kids, but I'm like, if I know it's probably gonna be hard for me to say if I ever do have kids. But I'm like, if I have kids, I'm gonna still put myself first. I ain't putting the kid first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that's got to be tough because parents always want to put the kid first. But I'm like, if I ain't good, the kid ain't gonna be good.
Right.
Like how they say on the planes, if the mask drop, put yours on first, and then assist the kid. It don't make no sense. Or help somebody else. It don't make no sense. They drop, you helping people, then you pass out helping them, and now y'all both out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real. Cause
Cause my mama passed up like my mama passed up on a lot of opportunities or things that she wanted to do, doing her best to make sure I was straight.
But
So I just used
what
the
was
house
her
for
idea
I used
of you being straight though?
so take being all right, use the house as an example. I said I never lived in a school in my district. Right. I grew up in a 2-bedroom, one bathroom apartment my whole life. From first that I can remember, my mama says we lived at some other apartment, but from when I can remember, this is home. And think apartments, people bounce around in apartments. No, I was at this one apartment from from when I can remember to freshman year of high school. So we there. That's like that's like a home to me. And then when she did finally go buy a house, she bought a house in the district of the school that I said I wanted to go to. That's the only reason she was looking in that area. So she made a decision, and she still lives in that house to this day. So she made a decision on buying a property for somewhere I said that I wanted to be at the time for 4 years. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but to me, that's illogical thinking. But I'm not a parent.
Yeah. As a parent, I'm more on the side of nah, you'll be okay. Let's go where we need to go. You know what I'm saying?
You say that, but you can say that now while your kids is 3 and 1. You don't know what it's gonna turn into later on. What if they have a dream of doing something and and they think that this school has them the best option to get to what they want to do after.
I think for me, if all right, so of course I would do my best to try to I ain't gonna say I do my best to make that happen. However, if that means that I'm sacrificing too much and then it'll actually make us as a unit worse, then we would have to either try to figure a way to still make that happen for her and like do both, or find that in a different place. Because I'm like I wouldn't just uproot the fam. Like there's an opportunity in New York, and then she feels like or believes that whatever's going on in LA is the move, then definitely that's much more to consider. But if an opportunity and we thinking about moving like 30, 40 minutes away or an hour even away from wherever she believes is best for her, then I think we can still make that move and make it happen.
See, but and I don't want to make it seem like she only bought the house so I could go to. That's not
Yeah,
why, but that was like
it was
a
a
thinking.
factor.
It was a factor in it.
Yeah.
Like I know it because I never, damn near hardly ever got like I got things that I wanted, but it's not like I just asked for. That's one reason of the relationship with money that I got.
Mm-hmm.
Now am I thinking of money because I didn't want to ask for nothing, so I went and got it. But I'm just saying it was a factor in the decision. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or certain stuff on it'd be summertime. You know, I grew up an athlete, but when I was a kid, I'm really into whatever sport I'm playing at the time, that's what I'm into. I didn't like just even though it's still a young age, but I didn't just play basketball until like middle school. Like middle school, that was like all I do was hoop.
Mm-hmm.
So them years before that, summertime's baseball for me. And that was actually my best sport, like coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like baseball season. She might want to go on a vacation, or it might be something like not nothing major. She might want Florida or something, or
Mm-hmm.
just somewhere. I can't miss my baseball game.
Yeah.
She sees that the baseball game means that much to me. She don't go on the 3 day trip or the 4 day trip because I would have missed
Yeah.
my baseball game, or I would have missed my baseball practice.
Yeah.
And I'm an all-star every year at my park. So I'm like, man, I can't miss because then what if the all-star do this? I might miss 2 games. Like, you want to go for a week? Well, I'm gonna do baseball, this and that, and then the all-stars will go, or say I become an all-star. I'm an all-star every year. She might be looking at the schedule. All right, baseball season's over by this time. All right, let's go to Virginia Beach or something. I'm just making those spots.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Virginia Beach. I get an all star, but I'm an all star, and then the all star tournament. Because when you're all star, you start. I don't know if you play baseball, how it is. If you play baseball, where you from, but where I'm from in the city, all the parts got all star teams. So they'll take the best kids, you on an
Mm-hmm.
all star. Then they'll have some tournament where all the all star teams are playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever wins that goes off. That's how they do the Little League World Series type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if they do it the same way, but it's kind of the same concept. Like they basically pick all the best kids and
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm like thinking of that. Like man, we got all star team, and then we'll get to. What if we go and win this, and then we could go. So she like, all right, we ain't gonna go to Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like those are sacrifices that parents make putting
Oh yeah,
their
for sure.
kids.
For sure. I do that all the time.
That's why I'm like, and I say it's easy to say now because I don't have kids. But if I did have kids, I think I would be like, all right, I'm putting myself first. I would have been perfectly fine missing one baseball game.
Yeah, but God willing, that day comes. You ain't. Nah, you not gonna go on that vacation, bro.
I would have been perfectly fine missing uh, 2 baseball games, a couple practices, whatever. Like I'm talking about, I'm like, I can't miss practice type stuff.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay missing practice. But like for example, we've been traveling a lot lately, but I know that if it was something that we were orchestrating, we wouldn't have Shiloh miss her recital. Like we wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like even with her being 3.5, and of course she'll grow up and be okay and maybe not even remember that. But in the present moment, nah, maybe a class, but not recital. Nah. Like and
Yeah,
we'll
and I and
we'll
I
we'll miss school. We miss weeks of school. Like
yeah. If I have kids, I'm gonna be that parent. Like we gonna, cause I think school's bullshit.
yeah.
So we gonna do whatever we need to do, and and miss school.
Yeah.
Let's bounce to let's go see your uncle and friends. My little cousin live in
Hmm.
friends. Let's go see let's go see uh cousin V and friends. We cousins, but got like a brother type relationship. He
Hmm.
might be called uncle or something. Let's go. Yeah, I'm all for that. And I know the examples that I use as far as like a baseball game and stuff. That's small. But parents sacrifice dreams
Yeah.
for kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like I know of people back home. They've literally told me that they are in are a very, and seriously, not just be like, how sometimes people be like, I ain't happy. But they mean it.
Hmm.
They're not happy in the city that they live, but they don't want to move for them to be happy because they want their kid to stay there.
Yeah, nah, I couldn't do that.
This is but I'm saying, but this is stuff that I know a woman, and that went into certain stuff. If I'm talking about my mama, that's certain stuff with me too. She might not have moved away and took certain because my daddy was right there. She's
Hmm.
thinking of me.
Hmm.
That's real stuff.
Hmm.
Or like I know a girl right now. She's going through that. She wants to move. Only reason she said the only time that she's happy is in the presence of a kid and stuff. She want to move. The daddy's there and don't want to move. So she's staying put until her kid like goes off to college. Her
Eh,
kid's in like the fourth grade.
yeah, that's tough cuz I remember when I was depressed. Yeah, I remember when I was depressed and then Shiloh being like 2 years old saying like daddy was wrong. So like that ain't good. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
know, but I'm just saying this is why I'm like the selfishness. I feel if I was a parent, I would hold that like I still gotta I still gotta look out for me first because
yeah.
kids is gonna pick up on that. We
Yeah.
don't think that they do, but when we look back in our memory banks, we have me at least. I have vivid imaginations of all the BS, all the emotions, all the conversations, all the arguments. I
Mhm.
remember all this stuff vividly.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So, or uh, or even in like a significant other, people be people be sacrificing stuff for their significant other. I don't think I'm pretty confident that I'm not gonna be the one to do that.
You
Done it before.
you know what's interesting? I was having a conversation today with my pops. We was talking about somebody and how they have to be willing to walk away for it to work. And I wasn't really speaking from experience. Cause like me and Viv, we are where we are today because either one person or the other or both of us, however you want to slice it, made the decision that we can't sacrifice no more. This ain't gonna work. And we broke up. And that was the best thing that could have happened to us.
But see,
Honestly.
see, I That won't work for me though.
Oh yeah, because you don't come back or go back
I'm
rather.
not to let it go and see if it come back.
But that's
It's meant for you. I've never done a back and forth ever.
mm-hmm.
You've done multiple back and
I
forths.
have. I have. I have done. But you know what's interesting though?
I'd be like, up, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. This time was a little different though.
This situation was way different. But last time I doubled back for a quick little thing, it ended up with you giving me crystals. I'm playing with crystals for a month. Like, man, let me get my energy right. I don't even know where them things is at no more.
You know they say
But
once you don't need them anymore, they disappear.
I know. I just know they was. I, was- I just thought to myself, I'm like, oh, these crystals ain't doing. That's just my thought. I was like, man, these crystals ain't doing that. I think they in my mama's crib because I used to have them in my backpack and travel with them and stuff too.
Yeah.
I think I just didn't bring them back one day. I was like, what am I doing? This rock supposed to? You seen them memes?
Nah.
Uh, Not memes. It's like reels, like viral reels and stuff. It's like when you get to hell, like the title would be like when you get to hell and show the devil what you was trying to fight against them with, and it'd be like people holding up their crystals
Nah.
or they sage or they Palo Santo and stuff. They be
Nah. I ain't seen it.
like, they be funny, bro.
Hey, Crystal community, man, don't cancel this podcast.
Hey, and here's the thing too. Listen, look, weirdo community. That's what I call. You know how I classify certain stuff. I'm cool with I like weird, but there's another level. I I'm cool with weird. Weirdo,
Yeah, I wouldn't
stay
even
away from
I
me,
wouldn't
bro.
even say another level. I would say they in different classrooms. Maybe same
And
school.
and I and women, I like and like if I if I classify like a type of woman and stuff, I like the weird chicks.
Mm,
Weird dudes, they cool with me too. I'm weird. Everybody got their own level of weirdness,
mm-hmm.
right? But weirdo, nah, fam. Weirdo and that weird shit. Them two, if you ever hear me, I'm like, yo, bro, weirdo.
Yeah.
I really don't vibe with dude. Or I'll be like, dude be on that weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
That weird shit, some different stuff. But I'll be like, yeah, dude weird. Dude kind of weird. He could be my best friend.
Yeah.
But 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 crystal community, weirdo community. Look, man, you can listen to Janae Aiko all you want, burn all the sage you want, have all them crystals that you want, look in the stars as much as you want, blame the waves for everything and the ocean as much as you want. Them stars is innocent. It's not their fault. What you going through?
mm.
Mercury is innocent. Mercury ain't do it. They innocent. It's your fault. You put yourself in the position for all this dumb stuff to be happening to you. You need to correct it. Free Mercury. Cause I don't know, cause Mercury be in retrograde seem like every 8 weeks.
uh,
They innocent, bro.
that's funny,
They
though.
innocent, bro. But the I don't know, but the how we was talking about the sacrifice and stuff though, like I was listening to Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone said when he met his wife, he said, I will do any and everything for you. He's like, I'll provide for you. I won't cheat. I'll be there for you. I'm loving. house, whatever. He said, I'll do everything for you. He's like, the one thing I will not do is give up on my dream.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's the one thing. That's a non-negotiable. If you want me to sacrifice that, we can't be together. He's like, I do everything else for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's how I'm gonna be. Like I can't. Like not on this.
Yeah. I think that's how it should be though.
But a lot of people don't. But a lot of people not like that, and then they be resenting the other person for it later, whether it be a significant other, or
Kids.
there's a lot of grown people out here that resent their kids, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sit there and you hollering at your kids uh about about what you used to do.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's hearing that. Now they like, dang, if I wasn't here, your life would be that much better.
Right. Yeah, it's like that clip of that girl she was speaking. I don't know if you saw it, but she was going in saying that exact thing that you just said. Like
I ain't seen it.
she just pretty much saying what you was saying. Just like she was just like she probably 11 years old, and she had a long speech, but it was all facts. But one of it, like you just said, she was like, "And y'all parents, y'all gotta be careful what y'all saying to y'all kids because we hearing that, we taking that in. Like when you be like." If I wasn't here or what I used to do and stuff like that, it's like now we feel like we shouldn't be here or now we don't want to be here and your life will be better without us and et cetera, et cetera.
That's that's real, and because adults they don't be realizing like you got emotions. You as an adult have emotions. Why do you think this kid don't?
Right.
You get them from shoot from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I done seen your kid. I done seen a 1 year old look embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, why would? So you see that they processing, may don't not processing. They don't know how to process their emotions, which a lot of adults don't either.
True.
But you can sit there and you can see the kid. You can see the like you can literally see it in real time, like them working on figuring out this feeling that they're feeling
Right. Right.
right now. And I'll be like, how do y'all not see that the kid, like, why you just don't take their emotions into account for nothing? Because I got little cousins. I'd be like, man, the way that they mama and they mama be talking to them, or uh people around the house be talking to them, or they granny be talking to them, I'd be like, man,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, you gotta be selfish, man. You can't lose track of your dreams and your goals for nobody else. And I feel like it would help. Like I said, I'm not a parent, so I don't know, but it just seems like if you went all in on it, the kid would be in a better position,
Yeah.
because a lot of stuff that the parent thinks that they're sacrificing for the child, or just in anything, or the significant other thinks that they're sacrificing for the other significant other, or the friend thinks that they sacrificing for the other. Y'all all will probably be better if you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. That made me think about the conversations we had when I was out here, take quote unquote single, and I was talking about co-parenting and stuff. He was like, "Bro, it ain't what you think it is, bro. Like they gonna be okay, dog. Like they gonna be okay." But you was like, "Bro, don't make no decisions based off of that, cause they will be fine, dog."
Yeah, like I know perfect situation. Yeah, you always want to, have that household unit. But I was like, shoot, but that's gonna be a long road. It's gonna be a long road for you, buddy, if you don't. If that ain't right and you just staying there for that only reason,
Yeah.
like that's gonna be a miserable household for everybody.
Yeah. And you actually doing more harm than good.
Yeah. But we gonna wrap this up, man. I don't even know. We talked about school, learning, um,
Cunnilingus.
eating pussy, relationships. Hey man, we versatile, baby. We versatile. I didn't even do what I wanted to do and start this off. I had a clear vision on what I wanted to start this off talking about, and I didn't. So I'm gonna do it right now. We gone. Look, I'm having my first ever 5-day challenge where you're gonna spend 5 days with me and learn how to monetize your IP, your intellectual property, and turn your genius into a digital asset. And then I'm also going to teach you how to scale that digital asset to a 6-figure level, because once you have a digital product created, there's literally no ceiling to the income that you can make with it, because it's infinitely scalable once you have the proper systems in place. So come spend 5 days with me where I teach you how to monetize your genius and turn your intellectual property into digital assets. Text the word digital to 859-605-3297. Again, text the word digital to 859-605-3297.